At the start, evolve into a gorge, and then press number 2 and then 4 to drop your tunnel. And remember, you don't have to actually build up your tunnel. Your tunnel is slowly building up on its own. So just drop it and run out. As soon as you have enough resources, drop your second tunnel on the other side of the map. For example, in Nanogrid, this is a perfect location for it, because it covers, the creep from it covers both sides, both resource towers, and Marines cannot shoot it from the outside. When building clocks, don't build a clock wall in the entrance of the room. It might seem like a good idea to stop the Marines from coming through, but what you might not realize is that a Marine only has to shoot a single clock and he's through. And then there's no defenses inside. It takes them literally 2 or 3 seconds. What you want to do instead is go Gorge and build little clock pillars randomly throughout the room, and also close to your tunnel. When you have pillars like this, and the Marine comes in, of course you can run up to the tunnel and shoot it, but now he's in a really bad position. Aliens that come out can bite him immediately. And it's much easier for the aliens to fight. And also, like, on the side, the Marines, they can shoot the tunnel, but it's a very specific location. Like, they cannot run everywhere. It just hinders the Marines a lot and blocks a lot of shots, and it's much easier for the aliens to fight if you build like this. Okay, now to Hydra placement. In general, you want to place the Hydras where it cannot be shot from a distance. So if you look at this location, like everywhere here is bad, because the Marines can shoot at it from a distance. What you want to do instead, place them in a way so when they try to kill the tunnel, they get attacked. So up here is a good location, or like around the sides. Because now when the Marines come in, they get attacked. Like if they want to shoot the tunnel, they get attacked. If they want to shoot the Hydra, they have to turn around. Now they have their back to the tunnel. The aliens that jump out can kill them easily. Then also use your clocks. Shortcut 2, 3. They don't cost anything. And what they do, they slow down a Marine and they parasite them, which is really helpful. To recap, drop your tunnel quickly and place it on the other side in a location so the Marines have to come close to the tunnel in order to kill it, and build clock pillars randomly throughout the building, throughout the room. Also ask your commander to drop the resource towers, and also a crag and a shade, maybe even a whip. Can you do that? Yes, we can build it up. Because support buildings are really strong. It makes it much harder to take down the tunnel location, and not having to worry as much about a location being taken down and enabling like less of the aliens to successfully defend it is worth a lot. Because if you need less people defending, it means you have more on the offense, meaning the Marines have to be more defensive. So don't shy away from spending resources, and if you're the Gorge and the commander doesn't do it automatically, keep asking, because it's really effective. And also note, when you have the shift hive, the commander can use the shift to teleport out the resource towers from here to somewhere else in the map. And drop a new one here, which you can build up quickly. It doesn't have to be teleported from the main base. Another problem I see many Gorges do, if for example on Vale spawn in subsector, they run to cargo to build their second tunnel. But if you look at the map, if you only have subsector and cargo on the bottom, you have 2 resource towers. You have a tiny portion of the map, and the tunnel doesn't provide any real map control. So don't try to get cargo. What you want to do instead, obviously the nanogrid tunnel here on this map is really important because it gives you the middle of the map and 2 resource towers. But what a lot of people don't realize, a tunnel in C12 on this side of the map is really, really strong. Because if you get a tunnel here and the commander drops you the resource tower and like a crack and a shift, maybe even a whip, this is incredibly hard to take for the Marines. Don't forget the RT. And it opens up the entire right side of the map. From here, aliens, they can go to the top right, to topographical, to bite the resource towers, can go to pipeline, to the dome, if the Marines try to get a phase gate, or East Junction next to nanogrid. And it denies the Marines the entire right side, which is really powerful. Now the Marines, they're on like 3 resource towers. They only have their main base on top. They have topo and skylights. This is very, very strong. And here you want to build the clogs close. Don't clog up the entrance. Don't build the clogs too wide out, because you want the Marines to have to come close to shoot your tunnel. And with all these buildings here, if they come in and shoot, and a Gorge is just jumping around healing here, the whips attacking them, and like 1 or 2 skulks jumping out, it's without arcs or grenade launchers almost impossible to take. And here your Hydras, you want to place like somewhere here, so they attack the Marines that are attacking you. Don't place them too high where they can be shot from a distance. So always think, where will my tunnel give a lot of map control? You want to expand it too much. Don't be too defensive. Don't build it in like cargo. Always try to gain map control with your tunnel. But make sure you're safe. Don't just run in there, because probably Marines will be in there. Ask your team to assist you so you can drop your tunnel. And ask the commander for support buildings. In an offensive location like this, those support buildings are really expensive. And if you look from the perspective of a Marine, this is like impossible to take. So to recap, drop your tunnel in base. Don't build it up, just run out. It saves you some time at the start. Go to an important location like nanogrid or C12 in this map, and just use common sense on other maps. Drop your tunnel so the Marines have to come close in order to kill it, where it cannot be shot from a distance. Build random clock pillars instead of walls in the entrances, or build the clocks close to the tunnel. And request support buildings from the commander. Now to battle gorging. You have the number 2-5 ability, the Babblers. They will automatically jump on you and shield you. They block a bunch of bullets. You can use a number 4 attack to command them. You can throw them on a friendly life form, like a lurk, so they shield them. Or you can bounce it off a wall again onto yourself, so they shield you again. Or you can throw them, for example, on an extractor, so they kill the building slowly. But usually you use them as your own shield, which is pretty useful. So, if you're planning an attack, so for example, the Marines have system waypointing and we want to attack from nanogrid. Don't just run in and try to attack the Marines. You most likely will die. What you want to do instead, you want to plan your escape route. So think how the Marines are going to chase you and try to kill you. And build little clock pillars where their line of sight is going to be. Usually around corners is really good. And maybe put a web in between as well. Because now what you can do, Ben, can you come like to system waypointing and try to attack me? Now what you can do when you run away, you can run between those clogs and the Marine has no chance killing you. Now without those clogs, the situation would have looked much different. So plan your attacks and plan your escape route. That's quite important. That makes the difference of a dead little piggy and a alive little piggy. Now the last part, Gorge rushes. Let's say you dropped your tunnel at the start and you died. And the Marines are wrecking the alien team. And the only chance you have is a Gorge rush on their base. What you want to do, don't go Gorge in base and try to run there. Use your skulk. Oftentimes you have silence, so it takes silence as well. There's always ways to sneak through. I'll just go the direct route now, but use vents and use sneak to get through. Make sure they don't see you. Then you can go and evolve Gorge close to their base and drop a tunnel. When doing that, make sure that your tunnel is like at least 10 meters away from resource towers and power nodes. Because if you drop your tunnel like right next to the power node, the infestation will spread to the power node and attack it. Giving the Marines a warning, and the commander's gonna scan, or a Marine will run there and find your tunnel, and you're fucked. What you want to do instead? Just build it somewhere pretty close to the base, but not so close that I have observatories. And then you can rush your base. But make sure, don't just run there and build your tunnel, because then nobody will be ready, and it will take like 2 minutes until you have your team organized to do a rush, and by that time the tunnel has probably been found. Tell your team, before you even run there, I'm going to build a sneaky tunnel. When you're there on Gorge, tell them, I'm ready, guys, go to base, I'm dropping the tunnel, get ready, go Gorge, we need Gorges for the bile rush. And make sure that your team is ready. Give them enough time to get ready. Like, give them enough warning. And once you're all there, run out together, rush into their base, and use Bile Bomb to kill the command station. A good commander can counter it, but against a lot of commanders, this works really well. Because even if they only beacon once you're already in the base, the command station is down. Like, guaranteed. They might have a second one, but they lose one base, and giving you the opportunity to take it back. So to recap, use your skulk to get to the sneaky hive tunnel location, evolve Gorge there. Don't drop it close to buildings, otherwise the Marines will know. And really importantly, warn your team before you do it. Give constant updates. Telling them once is not enough. Tell them constantly, like every couple of seconds. Like if you don't tell them like at least 5 times, it's probably not gonna work. And also something you should consider is to tell like life forms like Fates and Lurks to continue attacking the Marines. Because if suddenly no alien is attacking anymore for like a minute, the Marine's gonna get suspicious. But if the Fates and the Lurks keep the pressure up a little bit, they won't notice as much that like half the alien team is suddenly going Gorge and going inside of the tunnel.